In Israel, every house has this safe room,
Every building, every apartment must have a safe room.
and you're going to show us now.
Yeah, I'm in the safe room right now.
Oh,
I don't think that this ceasefire would happen without like.
that's a
But
controversial take, man. I
no,
don't disagree, but that's a controversial take these days.
for Israeli people, it's like it's a fact. He has an astonishing impact over the world.
I've got two questions for you. One may
Yeah.
be harder uh, than the other. First question. So, because you mentioned kids, right? And everyone's like, the first thing that they show in these clips is all the kids like over there. What do you say to that? Do you think Donald Trump deserved the Nobel Peace Prize?
Completely.
Wow. You wouldn't see that on the news. Welcome back to the Rust Podcast. We're so happy to have you, and we're happy to have Mr. Evgeny from Israel. He has been super kind enough to go ahead and come on the podcast and have a chat with us real quick on his lunch break. So, Evgeny, how you doing today, brother?
Doing great. Thank you.
Good to hear, man. What's everything like over there right now?
Well, it's quiet, much better than it was like a year ago and 2 years ago. Especially, we got all our hostages, the live hostages, back to Israel. So it was a very happy day for all of us here.
I can imagine so, man. This is crazy, like all the stuff we see, like just looking from abroad and looking on our screens, stuff that we see. But it's wild over there from what we've seen. But it's good to see that things are kind of quietening down.
Well, it's like it's weird situation where I know there is like a war, like an hour from me. Driving the car, I can get to a war zone, like actually a war zone.
Yes.
And here we like have like the best life. My children go to school. I go to coffee shops, to bars, to restaurants. I enjoy life, and yet there is so much war and pain from like both of the sides.
Yeah, it's the thing is, bro, like you look on TikTok and all these videos like on X, you see the absolute worst of both, and I feel like it makes us so separated as people, man. And the thing is, like a lot of people don't know about me. I have a lot of good friends. One of my very best friend, he's Muslim, and like you just see this clash between the two, and it's just so crazy. Like I don't know, you have like extremes on both sides, but someone like me who's doesn't really have a dog in the fight per se, it just sucks to see all of the crap really that happens and all of the hate, and it can come from both sides, but I've seen it really come from one side a lot more than the other. But I just hate seeing it from abroad, and I don't know, man. It's just crazy to see. I hope the ceasefire takes. A lot of people are saying that they don't trust that it'll stick, you know? Though you have your hostages back and all that, you know what I mean?
Which is a great accomplishment because at certain point, I mean, almost from the start, some Israeli people like wanted to sort of like in our eyes to surrender and like let's say give everything to get all the hostages back, and but like the leaders of the country decided otherwise, and we got all our hostages back, the live ones at least, while we have our army protecting basically all the region still inside Gaza. So that was a great accomplishment. Yeah, what was the original question?
No, not really a question. Just basically saying like, do we think the ceasefire will stick?
Yeah,
like, how confident are you that everything can really cool down and we can be peaceful over there?
Yeah,
like, for the long run.
So I think there is like I really appreciate, and I don't think that this ceasefire would happen without like President Trump and United States.
Yeah,
it would for sure it wouldn't happen. Like nobody would stop fighting here.
That's a controversial take, man. I don't disagree, but that's a controversial take these days.
For Israeli people, it's like it's a fact. It's not a controversial thing. And both sides in Israel, like left and right, will say the same. Without Trump, it wouldn't like happen. Completely.
Wow, you wouldn't see that on the news.
No, like the right people will say, yeah, Trump helped us because our prime minister was smart enough to convince him to help us, and the left say, yes, without Trump's help, our prime minister wouldn't able to succeed and do that because he can't. He's not very well. He's not good. But in the end, the fact is that the basic fact is like you need like a lot of pressure, like military pressure, civilian pressure, political pressure on it's a terror organization. Like it's not like it's not people you can convince by just asking nicely or like saying, okay, I will give you more, like we'll stop fighting. No, you need a lot more pressure. You need like they even now they fight us during the ceasefire. We had like two soldiers died because they attacked us.
Well, and where's the ceasefire?
There is a ceasefire in the sense that we don't advance. We let the trucks in. Like most of the fighting stopped. It's not it's not the same fight. It's not the same severity or like force strength of the fighting. But in my opinion, there will never be a ceasefire with them. And it's clear. Not they say it. They say it in their own words, in their own agenda, in their own like they have an agenda. They publish it. You have it on their site. Their manifest is not to have Israel exist. Like they say, I'm not even sure that they want Jews here. Like just no Israel, no Jews. That's their land that they believe. So you can't have ceasefire with somebody that have like teaches this to his children and believes in it. But even like I think there is even a deeper understanding that for me at least, and I understood after what happened 2 years ago on October 7th.
That was awful.
Yeah, so it's basically there was one point I believed we can like coexist and be like, and there are some extremists on one side, and yes, it's a terror organization. If we eradicate the terror, like there are people that want to live on both sides, yeah. So eventually the fighting will stop, and all will be good. And not, I don't know how many years ago we didn't have a border with Gaza. I could enter Gaza, well, not when I was children, but like 20, 40 years ago, I think. Israeli people were inside Gaza, and like I don't know if the situation was the best, but people lived there on both sides and coexisted at certain level. But after the 7th of October, I don't believe it can happen. The hatred, like the way they view us, it's not like they don't view us as humans. We are not humans in their eyes. Like we shouldn't exist, but it's deeper. It's like we are an animal or something that they can just slaughter and ignore. Like I will tell you an example. Like even Nazi people, like Nazi Germany, they tried to hide what they did. They didn't want to have evidence. They destroyed or tried to destroy their camps and everything.
Right.
Here they recorded the atrocities they did, and they wanted everybody to see what they do, what happened. And it's like you say, terror organization, this is the terror they wanted to inflict on us, and they are proud of it. Even now they are proud of it, and they say, their children say on the Twitter, on the news, you can hear, if you know Arabic, you understand. They still want to kill us. So I don't think there is a ceasefire will help or peace will help, as long as there are like education to like maybe few generations forward, like generations that will not forget this war, but like it will be a like long forgotten memory or something like that.
Right.
Maybe then we could like two different like people could coexist, but I don't think it will happen.
I've seen a lot of this, and I've seen like exactly what you're talking about. Some people will go interview people in the streets, and man, I don't think it's how do you say, like it's not the people outright. Like I don't think as a kid you feel this way. I think it's taught, and I think that's where the problem lies. And it's just taught over years and years, and this is what you get. I think like, it's horrible from these
Yeah,
organizations that you have all over there.
yeah,
It's my
but
personal opinion.
it's like those organizations now. Hamas is the rules the Gaza, or like we say, they don't rule it anymore, but they still have like people with AKs on the street, yeah.
Yeah,
And we say they don't have their official uniform, but everybody understands who has
you
the
just
weapon,
know,
right?
right? Well, I mean,
Yes,
whoever has the weapons is the governing body,
exactly. So
right?
it's funny to say, but they all the same. It's just flavors of different organizations, and they fight each other. Like it's horrible to live there as a civilian for themselves. They're like they execute people without trial just for, I don't know, stealing some bread, and execute their from other terrorist organizations. They execute them because they race for the same power, right?
Right.
So I don't feel that like this doesn't really matter for us, because eventually everybody there, I mean everybody, and there is no like a single person in Gaza who doesn't want to see Israeli people dead. That's the understanding I had, because when Hamas attacked us, you can say it was only Hamas, but then all the civilians, just regular civilians, went into Israel and started to slaughter and kill people, and then they all were happy to see like dead bodies in the streets. And I have to tell you, the Muslim world, the Islam, is against these kind of atrocities, right? They are even against their own beliefs. They do it, and I think even we have like Arabs from, not from Gaza, but from Judah and Shomron,
Yeah.
from Samaria. They also, they are not our friends. Yeah, also terrorist organizations. They didn't believe what the Hamas went like. How far did it go? So I don't feel that it's going to be ever a ceasefire with this kind of like people. I don't think we can allow ourselves to be in peace with such people after what they did to us.
Right.
And I think I feel that there are some people in Israel that are still confused about like what the other side wants to achieve. And after the October 7th, I have perfect understanding what they want to achieve, and it's the same thing they always said. But you don't believe when somebody tells you like, yeah, we want to kill you all.
Yeah, and like it's crazy because you only see it if you go online and you see it in certain places. You never see it on the news. Never, never will you see it on the news. You never see any of this. That's the way that you explain it as someone who lives there. You never see it on the news, and I think
Yeah,
it's wild.
when you see, I understand this. When you see a tank, Merkava 410, and a small child on the other side throwing a rock, you're saying like the bad guy is the 10 guy.
Right. Yes.
But yeah, but that's what you see from one side. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you live here, I don't know, I don't have any way of other way to explain it. We just fight like inside, and we fight the opinions outside of Israel to show what really happened here. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult when like the pinnacle of the world, like the biggest universities in the United States, you have like
Yeah. Yeah.
the president of university trying to like explain why it's okay to have like anti-Semitic calls and like free Palestine from river to river and such. And it's like basic. I think it's, in my opinion, it's, after living here, and I came here to Israel from Ukraine when I was 5 years old. It's like you have pure evil in the world, and it's very easy to see who is the evil here, not here in Israel, but I mean in the world.
Generally,
You have
just
certain
generally.
countries that are just pure evil, and
Yeah.
and you don't like. and we fight it here. And you said it doesn't really like, it's far from you, but it's not really far from you. All these huge countries with like Iran and Qatar, they give money to this terrorist organization. They killed many U.S. soldiers, and still, like, those countries like United States, British country, they all talk to friends. They all talk to these countries and they're friends with, and they ignore all the death that those countries caused intentionally against those, like, the free world,
Right. Crazy stuff, man. So I actually didn't even. So you were actually from Ukraine?
Yeah, I was born in Ukraine until.
Born in Ukraine.
And then we made an aliyah. This is called how when you immigrate to Israel.
Okay.
My mom really wanted. My mom really wanted to do that. My grandmother was against it because in 1991 there was a war between the United States and Iraq, and there were missiles that were launched at us at 91. And my mom really wanted to go to Israel. My grandmother said, no, there are missiles falling and stuff like that. But eventually, we came here convinced.
I see. Well, at least there's kind of a silver lining, whereas you have the Iron Dome, which is really good, and you sent me something, and I'll show it here on screen. We can react to it together, and I'll share that now. Actually, you sent me the early warning system.
Yeah.
So I found this. How long has this been in place?
Oh, wow. So I'll tell you, I've been since 18. I'm when I was 18 years old, 2 decades ago. I've been in the army, so I served I served in a military base, pretty close together, and then we didn't have this kind of system, and I had 15 seconds to find cover from the second I heard the siren, which was not that accurate. Because
15 seconds is not a lot of time.
It's not a lot. It could you have 15 seconds, and it's outside. I'm outside. Yeah, I was a medic. It was you're in the sort of desert. You don't have anywhere to hide. And then it was it wasn't ballistic missiles, right? It was simple, small. I don't know. How is it called?
The little cannon you put on the ground. Mortars. The mortars.
Yeah, and a little bit bigger rockets.
Yeah.
And it started. It was when I got to that base. It was already happening twice a week, and it was already then 2 decades ago. Sort of nobody was too much surprised. It wasn't going in the news. It was just another day, another week. Then first and it just made, and it was very close to the border. But then few years later, you go time moves on. They get better rockets. The rockets reach cities, not the base, the road, and Ofakim. And later, 3 years ago, we had missed. I saw rockets fly above my house, extra rockets fly above my house, and then we have this system for a few years. Now where I live, I have minute and a half from the second I get this alert. If the rocket is from Gaza, right? And then 7th of October came, and after the 7th of October, there was the first Iranian ballistic missile attack, which was the biggest, I think, ballistic missile in the history of the world against one, more than Nazi Germany on Britain with the V2.
And that came all the way from Iran to you guys?
Yeah, 200 missiles. They launched at us 200 missiles and something 1,000 drones. But that was that event was it was not very pressurizing, because there were like a lot of talk about it in the news, in the Telegram, in Twitter, that like something is going to happen, and there was some kind of feeling that everybody knew about it, because we had help from like multiple countries, like from France, from Britain, from US, with Air Force, like jets that were
Right.
destroying all the UAVs that UAV. It's from Call of Duty.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The drones, they launched like
Yeah.
1,000 drones at us. So they take like 8 hours to fly, and before they came close to Israel, they launched the ballistic missile, so it will be all together at once.
Wow, I didn't know the attack was that big, actually.
Yeah, that was the first one, and it was coordinated. I think it was coordinated.
Well, I
like,
mean, it would have to be, I would think.
Everybody knew about it, and the Iranian army targeted military bases in the south, so there was like no damage at all. Like nothing was damaged. Like few ballistic missiles did hit the ground, but they didn't destroy anything. So it was like, it was very surprising to see like it was like a barrier was broken.
Yeah.
We have
the seal was broken.
Yeah, we always had like this some like stealth war between Israel and Iran. We had like our Prime Minister Netanyahu went a few times to the UN. He was showing like a bomb, or once he showed like what the Mossad was able to steal, all the data about the nuclear program, like this kind of stuff, but nothing like openly, an open attack on this kind of level. And then if you show the second photo, the video I sent you with the ballistic missile,
which I have here, I'll show you it now and react to it together. But yeah, this is wild, man. That's a big explosion.
Yeah, that's a ballistic missile hitting our like most central city, Tel Aviv. Populated area, you see civilians, buildings everywhere. It's like, and that one was like I think the only day that I was in some kind of like not like afraid, but in pressure, in like real feeling of like this is a monumental moment, was two moments. The first one was, I remember around October 7th. I woke up at 6 a.m., 6:27 a.m. I woke up. I don't know why. I went to check up with my children. I thought I heard some voices there to see in the room what's going on. I looked at them. They were asleep. I thought to myself, okay, it's a holiday. I'll continue to sleep. I'm going to bed. As I lay down, we get a siren, like alert for the rocket attack.
Right.
And my first thought was, okay, what happened now? Because when Hamas launches rocket at us, maybe something happened. We were like everything was peaceful up until that moment. We had like a ceasefire. Yeah, we had a ceasefire, and it's a holiday, very very important holiday for Jews. So, like you ask yourself, if there is rocket flying, and I'm pretty I'm an hour from Gaza, so it's gonna be a long range rocket.
I mean, an hour's, you say an hour, but for me, like, that's really not that far. Me I live in Switzerland now, but me being from Texas, like, an hour is just, a little day trip to go somewhere if you want, or even to go grocery shopping if you want.
Yeah.
So you say an hour, like I'm thinking, well,
it's like 45 minutes without traffic. Yeah. We are a very small country. Like, we are a small country. We have the sea from one side and Arab countries from all the sides.
Yeah.
And none of them like us, even though we are in peace with two of them. But anyway, 6:29 a.m. we have rocket sirens, and it's not just a single siren. It's like it just continues, like every rocket, every launch, and you see like gray, like black lines on the sky of their rockets, and our Iron Dome that hits those rockets. And you ask yourself, what happened? Like, why did they attack us? What did trigger this kind of attack? This much attack, like this, so many rockets, and on a holiday. So it's like there should be a cause. And then, like, I looked at the Twitter for like the best news ever, because the news, even on the TV, they were like, something happened, we don't know what. And I suddenly see a Toyota truck, you know, like with like 10 people, something like that, in black uniform, green AKs, RPGs. And I ask myself, I look at that, and I was like, what do I see here? Like, is it like an old video from like Iraq or from Afghanistan? What do I see? Like, what am I seeing? Like terrorists that like shoot at cars and street, and then suddenly I see like an Israeli police car drive through, and I was like, is it like an AI generated? What is it? What happened here? And then slowly by slowly, that whole day, like horrific day of what I could find on the Twitter and on the Hamas Telegram, it was like, anyway, a horrific day. And I couldn't like explain. I remember I was like playing with you guys, and I didn't have any words. I was 3 days, I was in shock of what happened.
I imagine anyone would be, huh?
Yeah.
I would be.
It was a disaster. And then the next event was on the same, I had the same feeling of like what is happening right now. And it was in the middle of the night. Well, like we get this, I don't know if you know, like severity alert on the phones, or I don't know, it's called like emergency alert.
Yeah.
It's like when you have a hurricane or a tornado or something, you get like this scary sound in your phone.
Yes, we call it like an Amber Alert.
Yeah, Amber Alert. So we suddenly get an Amber Alert on the phones, me, my wife, everybody. And we never have this kind of alert. This is the first time I have this sound, and I didn't understand what's going on. We went first to our safe room, and then, okay, everything is quiet, no more alerts. And then we see that in the news they say there is a war between Israel and Iran, but it's not like just a war. It's like we attacked Tehran. Yeah. We attacked their nuclear plants. We attacked their ballistic missile sites. And that was like the point where I understood like that we actually are going to win this war.
Yeah.
Hey,
go ahead.
So no, I said at that point, it's like, you know, like in games, you have like every level you have a boss, and then you get to the end of the game, like the worst boss, the biggest boss.
Yes.
So this is the same. Like we during these 2 years, we have the Hamas, we have the Hezbollah on the north, Hamas on the south. Yeah, I told you it's a small country, right? 1 hour drive to the south, 45 minutes Hamas. If I drive 2 hours to the north, it's Hezbollah.
Oh, so small, man. It's really like everything's so right there, huh? Really?
Yeah. And we have Syria, which is also like an enemy country from that. So everywhere, but so we destroyed Hamas, or made them like surrender, like let's say surrender our hostages, the live ones. Hezbollah is no more, or at least whatever left from them, they are not a threat to Israel. Syria, their murderous president ran away, right?
Right.
And we need to protect, and we protect the Druze people in Syria from being slaughtered by the other, from the current regime that in Syria right now.
Yeah.
And like, so we have like Hamas, Hezbollah, Syria. We have the Houthis from Yemen, right? We fight, and we win. We eliminate one by one all these levels, all these bosses. Each boss is we win it, and then we get to Iran, the biggest boss, the one that gives money to everybody, that funds it, that try to create like a circle of fire against Israel. He funds Hamas, he funds Hezbollah, Syria. it's all their purpose. Like the Yemens, where they get their ballistic missiles from Iran. So we went there, and I think that time, when that was the second, like after that attack we did during those 12 days war, they launched a lot of ballistic missiles at us, but this time not at like military bases, but just at the heart of the cities, like big cities, Bat Yam, Tel Aviv, Beersheba in the south, and that was like, I don't like, first time I wasn't so scared because we have the Arrow. You don't see it here, but these ballistic missiles that do hit Tel Aviv,
Yeah.
they are the ones that our systems couldn't like destroy.
So some got through, basically.
But some got through. But they were launching like 100 ballistic missiles at that time. They launched 100 ballistic missiles, and a few fell, right? But out of 100, that's a big success. And then I think every night there were like between 10 to 15 ballistic missiles that they tried to launch at us. It went down the amount of the ballistic missiles because our Air Force was doing our Air Force was always in their airspace in Iran. And if you check the map, it's not so close. It's like 1,600 kilometers away.
Yeah.
And they were flying there with the fighter planes, the fighters, the pilots, with refueling. Some were flying there without refueling. I don't know how they did it. And just imagine the whole country here was feeling like one unit, it was one big collective.
So instead of like, let's say, in the US or whatever, Republican versus Democrat, everyone is one people. Is this kind of what you're saying? There was no division at that point. There was, hey, it's our country versus whoever's attacking, I guess.
It was our survival, not just the country, but actually survival, because they did launch at us like 100, 200 missiles. They tried to launch at one night, and they had like 50, 20, because our planes destroyed like ballistic missiles on the ground. And I don't think they were expecting that. I think they thought they will be able to shoot down our fighter planes and notice that, but they are wrong on so many levels, and they think they are they think they are like United States in this region, like they are the strongest and that they are the best, and they don't know it, but they still don't know it. They are not, and I think, in my opinion, if you ask me, like ceasefire with Hamas, we will never have ceasefire with those people. Do you think if I will have peace with Iran? I think so. I think we will have peace with Iran because we have many Iranian Jews in Israel, and we had like good relations with Iran before they had a coup there, where the current leaders are holding them. They hold them hostage. I don't know what's the percentage of people that don't like their leaders, but you see, it's like Stone Age. I don't know. Women can't go there with without their hair. Yeah, but they can't talk to other men. They can't go study. They kill. They execute transgender people, homosexual people. They just execute them, and that's the funny part.
I know what you're about to say, and that's what I was about to say. It's just so crazy to see so many people that are like, I'm not gonna say what they say, but you're like basically say chickens for KFC.
Yeah.
Right? It's the same. And it's like, especially coming in the US, and it's really in the UK right now, where a guy was wearing the Star of David. He just had the necklace and he got arrested. I don't know the whole story, but I know that it was they were saying that because you're wearing the Star of David, you're escalating stuff. I'm like, what? And it's like, what do you mean? Like, they're in the UK. First of all, here's what I say. And I am technically an immigrant of Switzerland. When I come to Switzerland, and I'm from Texas, and the Texas people are very proud people. Just just how it is. And basically, if you're from Texas, you don't move out of Texas. Also, I'm American, but you don't see me, and you will never see me try to push like everything that I think or what I want onto the country or the people of the country that I'm at. Like, you respect where you go. And I don't understand this whole thing of like a certain idea or religion or law that has to be pushed on people after you went to this country. It's really wild. It's not good for anyone. I guess technically I'm Christian, but I wouldn't try to push Christianity onto someone, and I definitely wouldn't go to their country and try to push it. If I know that if I tried to go to anywhere in the Middle East and do that, it would not turn out well for me. It would not turn out well for me. And I don't say it should go that far, but the thing is like, it's only on one side. You can't do it the other way. Like, I can't go to somewhere in the UAE or anywhere in the Middle East and say anything about Jesus or God. It's like, it wouldn't turn out well for me. Yet the United States and everywhere else is expected to just like let this thing go wild and push all of the other religions out. I'm all about being yourself. I'm all about live and let live. But when you stop letting live the other side in their own country, come on.
Yeah.
What are we doing, man?
The problem here, I think that the you and me, we live in the Western world, right? And you have people that think that like, okay, let's give them the freedom, the space to have their feelings, their beliefs. It's okay. We are like a democratic people. We
right.
We can do it. We are West. Like, we are the pinnacle of the world. We are the best. We have the best system. The social system or the capitalist system where people succeed. They have the freedom of speech, freedom of thought. Respect, whatever. And then you have immigrants that come in. United States is built over immigrants. Everybody that are immigrants that came and assimilated into this one great nation, right?
Right.
So why couldn't help? So this is I think this is the core thought behind letting immigrants come in and try to make their life better and build it better. But I think there is like one thing that I think the Western world and those countries in Europe, they don't understand, or maybe they start understanding, is that those immigrants, they don't want a better life. They want the same life, the same beliefs that they have.
Yeah, exactly.
On everybody else, and they don't care about like they don't even think in what you said. Like you don't do that like in a foreign country. It's not respectful. It's not the way. But they don't think about it in that way.
Right.
And they are like, not all of them, right?
Of
Some
course.
of the countries they come from, those are tribes. It's not like it's actual tribes. It's like in Gaza, you have number of families. They are tribes. They are like, today they fight between themselves, but those are tribes, and they are big tribes, and they have one belief, and that is not a belief that you want to have in the Western world.
Right. Live and let live, man. This is how I see it.
And it's
live
not
and let live.
I'm not talking about Islam or Muslims in general.
No, of course not. Of course not. As I stated before, one of my very best friends, he's Muslim. Yeah. Very best friends, but he doesn't have he's not like these same beliefs in extreme like this. Like, I mean, it's just how it is. And it's the same. And you have people like me who are like me. I'm not going to say like me, but look like me, who are extreme on the other side. Even people here in Switzerland are constantly saying, "Oh, get out, get out, get out." It's everywhere. It's on both sides, 3 sides, 4 sides. You have negative and you have positive on each side, But it's just so crazy how we see so much more of the negative. But I think it's human nature that we see it. We're attracted to negativity. The news only shares negative information, right?
Yeah, the news. I think what is why you look new? Why you do watch news? You want to see something interesting. It's not interesting when it's boring. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
boring. Yeah. So yeah, but I really hope for Europe and for some countries that they will change their view and start doing something about it. I know in Israel that we also have this kind of problem, but in my opinion, most of the Israelis, and I say Israelis, not Jews, Israelis, because we have Christians, we have Arabs, we have Muslims, we have Druze, we have everybody here, and we coexist, right? And we coexist. And there are some certain places that they are again, they are confused maybe, and they want to hurt Israel and hurt Israeli people, but it's not the case. And everybody wants to live together. And I have friends that are Arabs, and I'm working with Arabs,
Yes.
and we have, and it's funny to say, chickens for KFC, like you said. So you can be in Israel whoever you want to be publicly, and nothing will happen to you. Right?
Exactly this.
You
And
go to any country around us. I wouldn't go there if I was
right. Now, on that same note, because I've been to the UAE, I've been to the Middle East. Oh, I've been to the UAE, and the people in general are so polite, so polite. So it's just so crazy to see the contrast, and you can't rope everyone together, right? People have individualistic minds, except for these organizations, and they're the one that radicalize everyone, and that's who gets all the attention. That's what causes all this, and it's just so crappy to see. And you have even people like white people, bro, that have these extremist groups too. It's just right now, there's just so happens to be what we see.
Yeah, and I told you, it's like you need to be blind not to see who's evil and who's not. And I don't know, how can you be, I don't know, a transgender or a homosexual and try and say that those people that if you meet in the streets of Gaza, they will throw you out of the building
twice.
Yeah,
they won't even think twice about it. It's just crazy.
They find out in Iran that you're that this is who you are, actually who you are, they will hang you, and they won't care about anything around even if, I don't know, if there is your plane breaks and you need to land in Iran, I would be very careful to show who you are.
Yeah. Maybe just find a field somewhere and land there first.
No, there was a story about an airplane full of that flew to some country in Europe and had to land in Iran, and there was a Israeli soldier on the plane. She had a Russian passport, I think. That's what saved her life.
Wow, I need to look into that. Wow, that's crazy stuff, man. Well, yeah. I'd like to leave it on a positive note, because my podcast generally is more light, but this was a pretty intense for the podcast. But I think it's great to hear someone that's living there and the experience. And I mean, we see all the bad. I've shown the clips, but I think if it weren't for your guys' system, it would be different. Yeah,
it would definitely be different.
The dome and all.
Much more wars. I don't want to even imagine. And yeah, I mean, there were a couple of hits in actual civilians, buildings, and in my previous city where I was living, there was some direct hit in Beersheba, and it was scary. But I have to tell you, we are winning every day. I mean, I feel that I win every day when my children go to school and they are happy.
That's
they wake
huge.
up. Yeah, they wake up. They are not afraid. I mean, you say to yourself, we had these sirens and ballistic missiles. How would that affect the children? Like that's them. Like, I'm a grown-up, I can handle that. But small children, how do you explain that evils that we fight and what happened on the day? But I see every day they are happy. They are growing up to be like great people, like good people.
Yeah.
And maybe in the future, I hope Israel will be in peace with all the countries. Like, the biggest thing I think we are excited after the hostages came back is the small chance that Trump and US will be able to like negotiate peace between us and many Arab countries that we are not in peace today. And we want to. People in Israel want to be in peace. We want to live the best life we can.
I feel like this is a basic human need. I've got two questions for you. One may be harder than the other. First question. So, because you mentioned kids, right? And everyone's like, the first thing that they show in these clips is all the kids like over there. What do you say to that?
The problem is nobody. I think I served in the IDF, and my children will serve in the IDF. And I can say there is no soldier in IDF that wants to kill children. That's not what we do. IDF is Israeli Defense Force, not Israeli Attack Force. We defend ourselves. And in war, there are casualties, civilian casualties, and we try to minimize the casualties in every way we can. Like, we call the people in the building, like, get out. We send lifts, we send everything. When they see from the plane or from the satellite or whatever that there are like civilians around the buildings, they don't attack the building. But it's something we know here in Israel because we live it. We are raised on the idea that we don't hurt civilians when we fight. We protect civilians. We protect human life. And it very saddens me to see the children, the death toll. But I have to say, when I see my children alive and well, and I want them to be alive and well, I don't want some barbaric people to come and slaughter them in front of my eyes and then slaughter me. So there is a saying, like, first you put your people, and then you take care of other people.
Yes, I could not agree more with that.
And to be able to, again, we don't want Hamas. We don't want that organization to ever exist like next to us, like not before, but especially not after what they did. Yeah. And I think the way to solve this issue, or to make our people be in peace, it's through education of the children. Like, yes. If we educate the children, because they are not to blame. They did nothing wrong. Yes. When a baby is born, he doesn't hate me as Israeli, and when my baby is born, he doesn't hate the Palestinian baby. Nope. But my baby, like, I raise them to love humans, to love life. They raise them to love death, right? There are many stories, like we helped some children with a heart problem from Gaza, and they grew up to be a terrorist in that 7th of October attack. There was an actual, they found an image of the baby when he was small in Israeli hospital, and Hamas banned when he's 18, and it's not his fault. They have this terrorist organization has brainwashed. Brainwashed from I don't know, from babies from 0 age, and that's the main problem. But and that's why I say everybody there hate us, because they are taught from small age to hate us. And we had Golda Meir. She was the prime minister of Israel, and she said we will have a peace with them when they will love their children more than they will love to kill our children. Yeah, it's powerful. That's a powerful statement. Yeah. So I believe that wholeheartedly. If they start the education, but it will take generations to remove that brainwash that they have. The mentality. It's so much of it's about mentality, and you have
these organizations that are have control of everything. Like,
Yeah,
just to be clear, we don't hate Palestinians, we don't hate Israelis, we don't hate Muslims or Jews. What we hate is
no,
the ideology of making harm to any people. This is basically it.
yes. In the end, we are all humans, and I think, well, I'm not sure about Gaza, but in Israel and around the world, people want to live their life, like, to have the children grow, happy life, like, I don't know, do interesting stuff, help the world. And then there are some that prefer to die and kill everybody else with them just to have their ideology and their beliefs rule over everybody else.
Yeah. It's not okay, man. I think I think as a human, I think we have all this I think what we were talking about, you and me right now, and the general feeling is exactly what you just said. Really. Live and let live. Let people do what they want to do. But yeah,
sometimes
man.
you need, like, I'm saying to my wife, the ceasefire and everything. Of course, there is a ceasefire when you have like a B-2 bomber, behind
course,
you.
Yes.
And the 10. Of course, that's easy. That's the easy way. What happens when
You're welcome. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome.
Yeah. Then if I could vote for Trump, I wouldn't even, like, I would vote for him like twice.
Man, what's crazy is I'm seeing more and more people from across the globe say this. And it's so surprising to me because if you watch the news, brother.
He has an astonishing impact over the world. I'm telling you, it's not only on Israel, but I don't know how many lives he saved when he took out the nuclear plants with the B-2 bomber. Not just Israel. Like, imagine yourself like people that say in your face, we will destroy you. Like, they burned the Israeli flag. You know what the second flag they burned?
The American. You know that they have. What do you have? So America is the big devil, and Israel is the little devil.
Yeah. So
this is like what's been known.
Exactly, and he did this, and it's not only one thing that he did. He tries to do it for the conflict, the war between Russia and Ukraine. He tries to do it for conflict between India and Pakistan, and he's everywhere. And I think what I understood, I never understood the saying that that United States is like a power country. How's it called?
Like the world's biggest power?
Superpower.
The superpower. Yeah, it's always been Russia and the US from what I've always heard. But
yeah. So I never understood I learned about it. I understand the United States is a superpower, but what does that mean? How can you see it? And I think with Trump, you see it. He uses the superpower capabilities. He shows everybody in the world, even Europe. You know what? It's not only the enemies of Israel, but even European leaders. They just don't believe what I think they forgot too, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, it's peace through strength. That's what he was kind of always about. Even though, listen, I've said this before too. I have always said that Trump doesn't necessarily have the best delivery in his speeches, right? This is kind of what I say, but he gets the stuff done. He's getting it done. Whether I agree with every single little policy is here, really neither here nor there. If you look at the overall effect, I mean,
I think, from higher level, if you look at it, even if you think about in a historical view, like not now, but let's say 20, 30 years from now, 100 years from now, he, like, everything that he's done in the world will be remembered. It will be a monumental point in the history of the world. Like what he's doing right now, at least for Israel, but I think he will be able to, I hope he will be able to make Ukraine and Russia stop like the war.
Yeah.
But he is doing stuff and it's for the world, not just for the United States. It's for the whole people. And don't understand like how he didn't get the Nobel Prize. How
I
many
was
lives-
about to ask you, man. I was really just about to ask you this question. Literally, I was going to say, as an Israeli man, do you think Donald Trump deserved the Nobel Peace Prize?
Of course, no question about it. Just the amount of like, I wouldn't like if not him, the war between Israel and Iran, we wouldn't stop doing what we said we will do. We said we will finish the job, and we would have finished the job with or without United States. But the question is, how much costly in lives is that, and that's something
Right.
that Israel, maybe it's a small country and everybody hates us, but eventually we have no other place. We have no other place to go to. Like nowhere in the world it's not our home. This is our home, and we have like a direct threat on our homes, on our children, on our like lives, on our existence as people. I
That's
don't know.
tough to live with, man, and to have kids,
Well, I was afraid a bit. I say when I was in the safe room and we had the ballistic missiles, after seeing like a few direct hits, and I was like, I wasn't sure, like a direct hit in the safe room will save us. But in general, I feel more safe here than in anywhere else in the world. Maybe in the United States I feel safe in the same way, but I don't feel safe in Europe, like when I go to travel there.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of these clips of these people like in the UK that they've said, they lived in the UK pretty much almost their whole life, but they've ended up leaving the UK because they don't feel safe there because of all of the mass ideology that has entered the UK.
Exactly. I don't feel safe. I mean, I go with my children abroad and we have fun, but we always know like not to be too like show that we are Israelis, don't talk too much on Hebrew in very crowded places. Like we are careful, and it's not only because of like Arabs.
Yeah.
It's just because we don't feel safe anywhere else.
Well,
in the world.
Even in the US, it's like there's this huge thing like, oh, you're bad because you're Israeli. Come on, man. I hate this. Even like
but in US, I feel that the government, the country, the police, and the organization will protect me. Yes. In other places in the world, I'm not so sure about it.
Right. Because you're instantly already, the bad guy.
Yeah.
Right.
The bad guy. And again, we have a country for a reason. And that reason is because they're like few someones or like across the history try to eliminate Jews. It started from Pharaoh in Egypt. Then I don't know. We can go forward in time.
Didn't even go back towards Rome, like Roman times.
Yeah.
Am I wrong or right about that?
If you go to Rome and Italy and see the arch, you can see the Israeli people there being enslaved on the truck that show how they were kicked out of this country, right? And it's across all of Israel. And we got our country and we live here, and we I think our superpower of the Israeli people, it's we have no choice. We don't have any other choice.
Right.
So there is no other choice other than win.
Yeah.
Win all our enemies and coexist and live in harmony, I hope.
Yeah, man. That's I think that's kind of the hope for everyone, no? Well, maybe not everyone, but people like you and me, I guess I can say.
I think people who want who likes the good, like the good people.
Who actually want peace.
And I don't think you want peace. You just, because you don't have anything, you don't fight anybody, that you need to want peace. We need to have a peace, so everybody will stop killing us, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and the only way to get it is from a power, with power, like with strength, to show that you're strong. And when you're strong, everybody are doing peace with you. And as you see, a B-2 bomber,
Pretty strong. Pretty strong.
very, very strong. And America, and I have to tell you, our Air Force is the strongest one in the area. So you have Arab countries that I would never think that would want to be in peace with us. They are in peace with us today.
What do you think of the idea of like what he said about building on Gaza over there?
Well, it was like it was fun. Like I thought it was funny,
Yeah.
but he's talking like a businessman, you know.
Yeah.
And I think he exaggerates on purpose to show other possibilities that maybe both sides don't see, or maybe other people in the world don't see.
Yeah.
Like we always think about this area as an area of conflict, area of war, death, and pain. But he's like trying to show you, why not like make it like the best Riviera of the Middle East, the best place to go on vacation? Like, you see, so it's, I think, in my opinion, maybe he's not saying it in a political way, and the news or the reporters will slam him with this kind of thing. But I think deep down, it's a very, very smart way to like put a small thought in people's minds that hopefully someday will grow and like be an actual like reality. Like you make the reality with your thoughts, right?
Yeah, I mean, and who knows, man? Like maybe the people of Gaza could actually enjoy it. Who knows? Now, not the leading governing people that are there right now, but maybe the people of Gaza. And I can't speak for them. I'm just saying, like my sort of opinion.
You need to check the TikTok before they attacked us on the October 7th. That they did enjoy it. They had a beautiful beach, like they had beautiful places. I have to tell you, I was surprised. I didn't know that until I saw those TikToks, and I was surprised. Why do you do that? Like, why would you attack and just get everything destroyed? Like, what did they expect will happen? Like, that they will win us, that they will kill all the Jews and they will get over the Israel? It's just something that we as Israelis, we don't comprehend. Like, we don't understand
Me neither.
Yeah, but
doesn't
we
make
do
sense.
Understand like what they want to do to us, but we don't understand how they think, how it combines together. Like,
yeah, doesn't make sense. Well, let's see, man. Let's see how everything builds back up. I hope it sticks. I hope that everyone can get along. I would love to see it. I think you would love to see it. I think the people of Palestine would love to see it.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just the governing bodies. But I think,
like, ceasefire or not, our situation today is much, much better than a few years ago.
Yeah.
So even today, for me, what we have today is great. I don't feel like, I feel that I can go travel to the beautiful north of Israel without being afraid from Hezbollah. And I can go to the south without being afraid to get an alert and find a cover or something. I feel today we are in a much better place. And I hope that with the ceasefire will stick, and what Trump said, like peace, an actual peace will be there. I don't believe in it. I hope for it, but I don't believe in it. I wouldn't like do plans, go and visit Gaza in the next 100 years.
Imagine in 10 years, man, you can take the family to go enjoy the beach over there, and that money that's spent there can go towards the people of Gaza, and everyone's just living happy.
Yeah, I will never go there.
No,
not me, and not my children, and I don't see it will happen.
It's unfortunate. I would like to see that. I would love to see that.
But not me. After seeing what they did, this is something that is like sticks with you forever. And
I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to like get close to that place.
Yeah, it's understandable. It's understandable. That's wild because Switzerland has something similar, right? It's not directly in the apartment, but it's by law you have to have a technically a bunker that doubles as your storage in the basement, and it looks exactly like what you just showed me, right? Except it's for the whole building, right?
So we whole buildings. It was like in old buildings. You are not that old, but you have one big safe room on the bottom of on the first floor, on the ground floor. In even older buildings, you don't have that. So Tel Aviv and Bat Yam and many cities in Israel where you have this is pretty like new building and the city here is new, but in the old like in the big cities which are old, right? So you have a lot of civilians without like people without any safe room. So they have special places where they can go to, like schools, which have big safe rooms. My school, like we have sirens when the children are in school. So the schools also have special place, safe rooms.
That's crazy. And what's interesting is that totally makes so much sense where you are. Switzerland's neutral, yet we still have these under every single building. Now, back in 2012, I think they changed the law to having it in every single residence, to having enough bunker area for the entire village, for every single village. Every single occupant in Switzerland has room in a bunker. Now, the crazy thing is they don't tell you where the bunkers are. If you move to that village until like it's time to know, which is wild.
So here you will know, you know where you have the closest area to go to, because you must know it. You have like 10 minutes to find the cover. And you also have like navigation apps that get you to the closest one if there is a siren and you're driving. If you're in train though, and it's moving, not that fun feeling, but they slow the train for like 30 kilometers per hour, and you just wait. It will go. Everything will stop.
What do you mean?
You're in a train, commuting to your work. You have a siren. You need to find cover. You have a minute and a half to find cover. You're in a train. There is no cover. So they just slow down the train for like 30 kilometers per hour. And it goes slowly until the next train station where they stop. And then you can find cover. But if you're driving, like during the train.
Interesting. Cool, man. That's wild.
The stuff you think about when you drive your children around and there might be a siren, like where will you get cover? Like you're like looking at the buildings. Can I get, like if there is a siren, can I get into that building fast? Or
I can imagine you have a lot of them memorized.
No, it's not. I mean, this is the way we think. Like what happens now, or at least what I was thinking during these 2 years and before that. And today I don't need to think about it. I still do because it's like it's a muscle.
Yeah, for sure. It's like a reflex. That's crazy, man. So the in Israel, every house has this safe room. Is this right?
Yeah, since some year, I don't know, there was a law that every building, every apartment must have a safe room.
Wow, almost like Switzerland. A similar. But and you're going to show us now?
Yeah, I'm in the safe room right now.
I'm going to
switch the children's room, right? The games, the stuff we have here. Nothing special in this room.
Right?
Except
yeah.
We have here like I don't know, you see the
Oh wow, is that solid steel?
Yeah. Close it. Close
bunker.
Kind of stuff. And you have like if there is a rocket explodes next to this apartment, you have a pressure wave. So the pressure wave, that is what sometimes kills you too. So we have a special pressure valve upstairs, you see?
Yes. That's wild. And that's in the room.
And in case if you are under a biological or a chemical attack, we have like, I don't know if I can show it to you, but I don't know if I'll get to it. Wait, we have. I don't know if you see. You see?
Yes, yes.
So there is a special filter, air filtering system inside.
It's literally what I find crazy, dude. Is it's literally in your kid's room. Is wild.
Yeah. When we like have sirens in the night, we just put like a big like poof here, and let them enjoy the 10 minutes we need to stay inside. Like this is the green poof, you see this one.
Yeah.
Just get it there and put the children on it while they're sleeping. They continue to sleep at the night.
Hey, thanks for showing me that. That's interesting. I find it fascinating. I'm very fascinated with the way Switzerland's is, but this is even more fascinating because it's in your kid's room, which is crazy. Well, hey man, I won't waste any more of your time. I appreciate you talking. I really appreciate our talk. It was great. And yeah, stay positive, brother. I wish you and your family well.
Thank you. You too.